a 2019 Keystone Hideout trailer. It's a 28-foot bunkhouse, and we just noticed that there was several fit and finish issues with this trailer, and the factory just needs to learn to get quality control better. I actually purchased the RV from an RV show and really didn't pay a real close attention to all the little details. You know, you're always walking around and looking at so many different RVs that I really didn't pay much attention, and I really should have paid a little closer attention to all of the little details before I purchased anything. So ended up buying this trailer, and after we got it home, we just started spotting one thing after another, and most of them are little items, but it was continuous. It went from, the first thing we noticed was the TV wasn't square and it was banging on the cabinet, and then we started noticing other little things like the fit and trim around the doors. The doors wouldn't latch. I called the dealership, and I was thinking about taking it in, but it was 4 weeks out, and I was going on a trip, so it was like, well, that's not going to work. So I never did take it to the dealer, but I figured, well, since I'm a mechanic, and I have been for 35 years working on all different types of equipment, which includes all the way from cars to heavy equipment to trailers. I've worked on trailers probably over 100, maybe even 1,000. I have no idea. I've rebuilt 2 completely from the ground up. And so I figured, well, okay, I'll just fix these things myself because I don't trust them to do it anyway. And we went on the trip, get up there on the trip. First thing right off the bat, we go to fire up the water heater, and water's coming out from underneath the cabinet. So I pull the cabinet apart, look inside, and I could tell that it was leaking around the anode that goes into the water heater, and it started actually flooding that whole floor area. So I went ahead and I fixed it and got that fixed so I wouldn't have any water damage in there. And then it just kind of went from there. I started looking at doors. I mean, I can't believe that anybody would even build a doorway that is so far off that the latches don't even latch. And the problem is they just don't pay any attention to what they're doing when they're building them. And it really frustrates me. And in fact, I even got an email today from the dealer, and all it did was just make me even madder. You know, they're sitting trying to tell me that, well, that's the way trailers are and we just need to fix it. No, that isn't the case. It needs to be done right at the factory to begin with. In my mind, it's not the dealer's responsibility to fix those things. That trailer should have never made it to a lot like that. And if that's the norm in these days, they shouldn't even be selling trailers, or people just need to quit buying them and make the manufacturers do it right. My recommendation for Keystone is they really need to have good people that watch the way things are being built. They need to make sure that they're doing it correctly, make sure that the fit and trim is all correct, make sure there's no leaks. They need to test all the equipment in there before it even goes to the dealer. This is a standard quality control process that is done by almost every other piece of equipment out there in the world.